Speaking about making a difference, I believe you compete for a non-profit organization which you've started, Stand with Stan. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So in 2013, I came to the realization, actually in fact after I had summited Mount Kilimanjaro successfully, I came down and said, you know, there needs to be a difference. And what I've realized through being surrounded by amputees my entire life is that the biggest disadvantage for any amputee, or biggest challenge for an amputee, shall I say, is a prosthetic that has to be a quality prosthetic, and the right state of mind, the right attitude. And what I've discovered is that people that have both of those do really well. And I then understood that there were a lot of people in South Africa that had the right attitude, wanted to go places, but unfortunately had no access to prosthetics. So I decided to be the change. So I started Stand with Stan, and what that is, it's a non-profit organization, registered public benefit organization, and we basically raise funds to supply disadvantaged amputees with quality prosthetics. So guys and girls that have the hurdle in life that don't have access to it, whether it be because they have no support structure, whether it be because they have no medical aid. Our government hospitals are very well skilled, but unfortunately they're a little bit under-resourced. So there's a huge waiting list. Guys are waiting up to 5 years for a prosthetic. If you wait for 5 years for a prosthetic, by the time you get to the third year, you are despondent. That's the reality. So if Stan Andrews could be part of the change and say, well, Stand with Stan can help, then that's what we want to do. We want to change people's lives, get them back to a mobility level that suits them, and just allow them to be able to live a fulfilled life.
And I mean, have you seen some success stories so far?
Absolutely. We are currently, although the organization is only 2 years old, we're busy with our 7th amputee, Anton. But the stories that have come out already, you know, from the likes of a JP who built his own leg out of scrap metal and industrial silicon and parts, to him just being able to become, you know, 30% more mobile after we've given him a decent prosthetic, to somebody like Shiloh, who's a 2-year-old, who had, you know, very little mobility without a prosthetic, now runs around like an average little, you know, normal little 3-year-old girl. And yeah, it's just wonderful to see. Another big part of Stand with Stan is we have a thing called a running clinic, where we teach amputees the 5 basic steps of running. It's not going to make them the next Usain Bolt. It's not going to make them run like a professional. But what it does do is it teaches the amputees to have confidence in their prosthetic and in themselves. And what we've seen already has been huge. We've had one guy that's gone back to playing club rugby after 14 years.
Jeez.
He had an accident, lost his leg, gave up rugby, believed he could not run, came back. In one day we taught him how to run again, went back and said, look, I can't do it competitively, but at least now on a Tuesday and a Thursday evening I can join my old friends at club rugby. And that's the kind of difference we're making. You know, it's not, we're not performing miracles, but we're allowing people to get back to leading a normal and fulfilled life, and that is what counts the most.
Amazing. Now, if the public want to contribute, take part in any way, what do they do?
Absolutely.
Where can they find you?
They can find me on my website, www.standwithstan, or we have a Facebook page, which will be Stand with Stan. I've also got Twitter as well, @StandWithStan. And otherwise, also just Google Stan Andrews, and they'll find details there somewhere. But the easiest for now would just be the website, Stand with Stan. And we appeal as well to corporates to please get involved. We look for some top-line sponsors. We have the tax benefits and all the right registrations. So yeah, help us to be the change.
Excellent. Thanks, Stan.
Cool. Thank you very much for having us. And thank you.